Hello friends, welcome to the Raftar series of RBWM. In Raftar series, we are covering MCQs for RBWM. MCQs, case studies, numericals, all of them. Okay? So, watch this video completely, share it with your friends, share it on all your social media platforms, like this video. First do this, okay? And then let's move ahead. Now exams are near, okay? Which of the following statement is not correct? In exam, kindly note what is asked. Is it asked correct or not correct? This is very important. Otherwise what happens? You know the answer, but you miss out because of this correct, not correct. Not correct regarding retail banking and corporate banking. So which of them is not correct? Returns are more in retail banking. You want not correct. Risk is widespread in corporate banking. Operational cost is more in case of retail banking. Ticket size of the loan is bigger in corporate banking. All of them seem to be correct. All of them. See, ticket size of the loan is bigger in corporate banking. This is true. You want a false one. Right? Operational cost is more in retail banking. That is also true. Why? Why operational cost is more in retail banking? The reason is there are more branches. Look at the branches of retail banks. The branches are in the main location, main city. So rent will be high. Isn't it? Then all your electricity charges, stationery charges, huge. Whereas in retail banking, things are different. Corporate banking, things are different. In corporate banking, the branch can be somewhere outside the city at lower rent. Because after all, the client doesn't come to the branch in corporate banking. In corporate banking, branch goes to the client. We have a runner boy. He goes and collects all the documents. So that's why that is the difference. Okay. So cost is more in case of retail banking, operational cost. Risk is widespread in corporate banking. Now only the fight is between A and B. Returns are more in retail banking. Returns are more in retail banking and risk is widespread in corporate banking. Now one of them is false. One of them is false. So where returns are more? Are they more in retail banking or are they more in corporate banking? Yeah. Look at the investment versus returns always. If you look at investment versus returns, I'm talking specifically of returns. Vis-a-vis investments. Here we are talking of versus investment. Whenever we talk of returns, it means versus your investment. So returns are not more in retail banking. They are less. So this is false. Vis-a-vis investments. In corporate banking, you have lesser investment and huge returns. Okay? Whereas in retail banking, you have more investments and less returns. Risk is widespread in corporate banking. That is the basic nature of corporate banking. Risk is huge. Huge means if one loan of corporate banking becomes NPA, most probably the bank gets a big hit. Whereas in retail banking, if one of the loan becomes NPA, bank doesn't get that much big hit. Right? Because in retail banking, what do we give? We give home loan, personal loan, car loans, right? The ticket size is very small in these. So that's why this is false. Returns are more in retail banking. Returns are more in corporate banking. Vis-a-vis investments. But risk is also more. Kindly note this. Risk and returns. Returns are more in corporate banking, but risk is also more. Okay? So this is the answer. First, A. Majority of the banks that clock high ROAs are. Now first understand what is ROA. High ROAR. What is ROA? ROA means return on assets. ROA means return on assets. Okay. So who will clock high ROA? What is the formula for ROA? Let's go. ROA formula. ROA, return on assets, equals to, yes, in the comment section, what is the return on assets? Here, on assets means the denominator will be assets, but obvious, return on assets you are talking of. So denominator will be assets. This is return. Return means what? Your net profit, net income, net profit. Okay. So that is your ROA, return on assets. So who will have higher ROA? See this. So majority of the banks that clock high ROAs are high, big, small, all of the above. So who clocks in higher ROA? Generally, here generally we are talking. There can be some exceptions also, but generally who clocks in higher ROA? It is generally small banks. Generally small banks. But it can be large banks also. For example, if you see HDFC Bank, SBI, their ROAs are quite bigger. Okay. But general thumb rule what we see is smaller banks. Why do we have this ratio, higher ROA for smaller banks? Because their assets are less. Here, any ratio, if you want to make it bigger, okay, if your assets are less, then this ratio will be bigger. So small banks have lesser assets. So that's why they are having the base denominator is lower. Okay, that's why they will be having higher ROA. Generally, I am talking. Exceptional cases are there. Okay, HDFC Bank, SBI, these two banks are having higher ROA. HDFC Bank is specific about this. Okay. Why do these large banks, even though they are so big, they are having higher ROAs? Why? Because they operate as a SBU, strategic business unit. So that's why what happens, this such big bank, let's say any bank, HDFC Bank, okay? So this bank, although you see from outside you feel that it's a bank, but they operate as a SBU, separate units. Because of this what happens, each unit becomes a small bank. Each unit becomes a small bank and then they have to attain higher ROA for themselves. So that is the way, even other banks also, SBI also the same thing, many banks in fact. Why to name one or two banks? Many big banks are having higher ROAs. So, but the exam question is, if it comes in the exam, the answer is generally small banks. C is the answer. Okay? Got it? Which of the following is an advantage of corporate banking? Corporate means wholesale banking, large customers, big clients, Reliance, Tata, Wipro, all these big clients. So what is the advantage? Now you want the advantage. Impact of NPAs is more pronounced. More pronounced means if there is an NPA in corporate banking, it will hit the bank more hard. Is it an advantage? Is it an advantage? No, it's not an advantage. It is the negative side, isn't it? More pronounced. Pronounced means it will hit hard on your bank. Okay? So this is not an advantage. This is a disadvantage. I'll just write D over here. Now remaining three you check. Monitoring cost is cheaper, returns are lower, and none of the above. Now you think, you give me the answer. Out of these two, what is the advantage of corporate banking? Obviously, isn't it? This is the answer. Monitoring cost is cheaper. Why cheaper? Because here, if you have a city, this is, let's say, any city, Delhi. Okay, Delhi. I'm just giving you an example. There will be retail banking, retail branches will be so many over here. So many retail branches will be there in any city. But corporate branch will be somewhere over here, outside, not in the main city. Okay? So, only one branch and it will cater to all the full city. So that's why what happens, the monitoring cost is less because you are having only one branch. Also clients are lesser. You don't have clients like retail banking, right? Every day 15 accounts opened in the branch. It happens in your branches, right? Whereas in corporate banking, hardly in 5 days, one account is opened. But the size is huge, ticket size is huge. So that's why monitoring cost is cheaper. Returns are lower, this is a disadvantage. Okay, but that is also not true. This is not even the disadvantage, this is totally false. Returns are high in, just now we saw it in the earlier question, returns are high in corporate banking, risk is also high. So the answer is advantage, monitoring cost is cheaper, B is the answer. Huh? Everyone kindly note, B is the answer. Okay. Which of the following statement is not correct? Not. Always check, again I am telling you in the exam. Correct asked or not correct asked? True asked, false asked. Otherwise what happens? You know everything but you make a mistake. Okay. So technology and retail banking are inseparable. Is it so? Isn't it so? In fact, I would ask you, isn't it so? Tech and retail banking are inseparable. You can't separate technology from retail banking. The new technology comes in, immediately retail banking adopts it. Why? Because that is the flavor. Everyone wants it. Earlier we had checks clearing. Then we had high value checks. Then we had this NEFT. Then we had RTGS. Now UPI. Now next in line is what? Who can tell me? Okay, earlier we had checks. So this checks. Then we had high value checks. Forget high value. So directly write NEFT. Then we had RTGS. Then we had UPI. Now what is the next one? After UPI, what is the next step? Can anyone tell me? What is happening in retail banking which will change the entire scenario now? What is it? That is there in your studies for your retail banking. It is blockchain. Blockchain and AI. Both the things are combined. Okay, both will go hand in hand. AI and blockchain. So things are moving in this direction now. Right? So technology and retail banking will always go hand in hand. Okay? Technology is the foundation on which the retail banking edifies. What is this edifies? Building. Edifies means building. Big word is used. Technology is the foundation in which the retail banking building is built. Isn't it? That is the foundation. Based on technology, only you have CRM, you have HNI clients tracking, you have wealth management, you have investment management, you have home loans. Home loans, everything is based on tech only. Isn't it? Actually, it is TechFin now. TechFin. TechFin means technology first, then finance. This is the new flavor, TechFin. Then next, technology is the enabler for translating a customer database into retail banking business. So tech is an enabler. Because of technology, you can convert the data. Look at this, data into, what do we convert this into? Data is converted into retail banking business. Means what? There is a typical word in this MIS, in this chapter. That is called as what? Data is converted into information. Kindly note. You always need information. You don't need data. Data is of no use to you. Data has to be processed and brought to information. Only then it is useful. Otherwise it's of no use. Right? So, tech is the enabler for translating the customer data into information, and hence after information it is business. Right? It is business. Got it? So which one of them is not correct? All are true. This is true. This is true. This is also true. So which of them is not correct? D. None of the above. All are correct. Okay. Orders received from revenue authorities, income tax, sales tax, etc. are called as garnishee, garnish order nisi, garnishee absolute, attachment. I think so we have done this earlier. Check this. Then also let's do it a revision. So it is called as what? From the authorities, it's called as attachment. Okay, attachment order. Kindly note this. Whatever you receive from the court, that is known as garnishee. Whatever you receive from other departments, we call it attachment. Okay. So this is whatever you receive from the court is called as garnish. Garnish is of two types. Okay. So this nisi and absolute. These are the two types, nisi and absolute. Nisi and absolute. Okay. What is the difference between nisi and absolute? Nisi, they tell you to freeze the account. Freeze. You can't give funds to anyone. In absolute, the judgment debtor, okay, that has to be given. Means give the funds. Court tells you to give the funds to the judgment debtor. Okay. Nisi means freeze. Only freeze. Don't allow any debit credit. Credit is allowed. Don't allow any debit. And in absolute, they give you in writing that kindly credit this amount to so and so person. Because he is a judgment debtor. And attachment is separate. Attachment comes from the sales tax. Suppose I have not paid the sales tax. I have not paid the income tax. Then the income tax authorities will check my bank account and freeze on it. By the time the court case goes on, this account will be freezed. Okay? Have you seen the movie Raid movie? Ajay Devgan. Similar. In the pricing structure of retail products, which of the following is a correct statement? Correct. Okay. So in pricing structure, which of them is correct? Price preferences and rebates are based on the quantum and volumes. Think over it. Quantum and volumes are important determinants. Bundle pricing in retail banking is used as a cross-selling strategy and all of the above. What is the answer? Easy one, right? Quite easy. What is the answer? Price preference and rebates depends on quantum. Quantum means what? Quantum and volumes. Okay, of any customer. Means if some customer is HNI having huge volumes of business, huge amount of business, so pricing will be different for that customer. Right? If I am having a FD of 10 crores with you and I want a home loan, in that case you will give me special pricing as compared to other customers because I am having good business with you. Quantum and volumes are important determinants, means which determine. Determinants means what? Which determine what price is to be given. Just now I given 10 crores FD, special pricing, right? HNI clients. Mainly we speak for HNI clients. Whenever we have HNI clients, we have to cater to their needs. Okay, very sophisticatedly and very promptly. Okay, in HNIs. Bundle pricing in retail banking is used as a cross-selling strategy. Bundle pricing. What is bundle pricing? Bundle pricing means the same thing which I gave you just now. 1 crore FD, 10 crore FD, okay, and home loan. So price will be lower, rate, ROI. It will be lower if I am having a FD of 10 crores. This is called as bundle pricing. Bundle pricing can be anything. I can have various types of bundle pricing. If somebody is having good loans with me, big loans with me, I can give a premium or some discount in the insurance EMI also, insurance premium also, right? I can give some premium discount, although it is a TPP, I can give that. I can give some discount in some other loans. So bundle pricing means combining so that overall profit, see the logic of bundle pricing is overall profit is more, overall profit should be high. Combined profit of all the products to that customer should be high. So which of them is correct? All of the above. Isn't it? All of the above are correct. Among the below given statement, which of the following is correct about mandate? Correct about mandate. Correct about mandate. What is the mandate? There are two things. One is power of attorney, second is mandate. Mandate is given for specifically for accounts, operation of accounts, for one job only. I'll give a mandate for operating my savings account. I'll give another mandate for operating my current account. I'll give another mandate for operating my FD account. Mandate is given for one job only. It is given on a plain paper. Whereas POA is called as, many times it is general POA or specific also. But POA gives vast areas, means vast rights. Generally NRIs give POA, right? When there's an NRI, he will give POA. In that what happens? In NRIs, he gives the POA to his father, mother, wife, husband, anyone. He or she gives the POA for buying the flat, selling the flat, taking the loan. Loans are also allowed on POA. Giving it on rent, many transactions are allowed in general POA. Specific POA is again for specific purpose only. So coming back, which of the following is correct regarding mandate? The client notifying the bank that he has given someone else permission to manage the account on his behalf. So client is notifying the bank, client is telling the bank that see, I have given this right to XYZ person to operate my account. That is there in mandate also, in POA also, same, logic is same. So this is true. What about others? The client doesn't need to verify the signatures on the mandate and obtains them in the mandate letter. Doesn't need to verify, my God. Signature verification in banking for any purpose is a must, isn't it? Institutions can impose a mandate. My bank can say, you give the mandate to this guy, you give the mandate to this guy. How is it possible? Mandate can't be issued by an account holder with a direction to his or her bankers authorizing the person to operate the accounts on his or her behalf. Important word is can't. Can't be issued. Mandate can't be issued by the account holder. Then who can issue? If account holder can't issue, then who can issue? Only owner can issue for mandate. Okay? Who is the owner of that account? Account holder. So only first one is correct. The client notifying the bank that he has given someone else a mandate, permission to manage the account on his or her behalf. Got it? So that is mandate. Now this next one, read this. To meet the physiological needs, again, Maslow's theory, physiological needs of the customers, banks offer which of the following products? Again, revision, Maslow's theory. What are the 5 levels of Maslow's theory? What are the 5 levels? 1, physiological, lowest level. You give me. Why should I give you? Physiology. You have to give the exam now. Exams are near. Physiological. Second one. What is the second one? Comment section. Second one is safety. What is the third one? Third one, social. Fourth one, esteem. And fifth one, actualization. Self-actualization we call it. Okay? So these are the 5 levels of Maslow's hierarchy. Physiological, safety, social, esteem, actualization. To meet the physiological needs means lowest needs. See, it goes from poor to rich. This is poor to rich. Okay, it goes from poor to rich. Okay. To meet the physiological needs of the customers, bank offers which of the following products? Basic savings of bank account. See here, which of them is not correct? Kindly note. Not correct. Focus on the question. Every line of the question is important. So which of them is not correct? Okay. So what is it? Basic savings account, personal accident insurance cover, low premium, consumer loans EMI, low cost housing loans. You want not correct, huh? So which of them is not offered to the physiological needs? Say this basic savings account. Basic savings account. So BSBD or you call it Jandan accounts. So that is offered. True. You want not correct. False. Personal accident insurance cover. Low premium. Low premium. Wherever there is a low premium, that is definitely for physiological. True. Consumer loans, low EMI. Low EMI. See, focus on low EMI word. Everywhere there is low EMI, that is for physiological and safety. These two levels. Low cost housing loans. True. So all of them are offered. So which of them is not correct? All are correct. All of them are offered. Okay, all of them are offered. So actually the question over here can be changed. That none of the above. D I can make it none of the above. Then the answer will be none of the above. All are correct. Got it? All are correct. Got it everyone? Have you joined the crash course? No, not as yet. Let me show you. Go to Adda 24/7. Always go through the app. In the app, you are getting 1% extra using the coin systems. So go to Adda 24/7. Join the crash course of JAIIB. Very important. Say this. Crash course. In crash course, you are getting ebooks, mock tests, online live classes, recorded sessions. Okay. Then digital this AI tool. Okay. AI tools you are getting. AI assistant you are getting. Ebooks are to the level of chapter wise. Tests are to the level of chapter wise. So you can immediately go per chapter. Go for it immediately. How to purchase? Click on buy now. Put the code Y432. Say this. Y432. Click on apply. See this 77% discount plus 1% extra using the coin system. So join this crash course.